Yes, hello everyone, welcome on YourPedia platform, and I hope guys your interview preparation is going well for HPCL. As you know guys, they conducted some exam in this month only, and they provided us some kind of response sheet, answer key for that. I hope you are meeting some kind of cutoff. I feel this year the cutoff will go down as compared to the last year. So if you are expecting that you will be able to meet the cutoff, so next you need to focus on the interview preparation. So for that HPCL interview preparation, we have started some series. Okay, and in this series we are going to discuss with you all important interview questions. Okay, so today I am here in front of you with the, one interview question. Okay, this is an interview question, guys. I am going to take. What are the various alternative fuels for IC engine? Okay, because when you are going for any oil and gas company like HPCL, IOCL, okay, or any other oil and gas company, you are going to face this question, because this is a hot topic nowadays, because we are looking for some kind of green, some kind of low emission fuels, because there is a, what you can say, fossil fuel, there is a limited reserve we are available, and also there is a major problem with fossil fuel is what? The CO2 emission, the greenhouse gas effect, greenhouse emission, and other than that we are having huge pollution issues with all those fossil fuels. Okay, so that's why we are looking for some kind of alternative fuels for IC engine, and as you know guys, the contribution of those fossil fuels in running IC engine is huge. That's why this task is very much difficult, and it is, you know, we are trying different alternatives, but exact we are not having any one alternative, we are trying multiple alternative, so that we will be able to reach to some very good alternative fuel for IC engine. Guys, as you all know, in IC engine, which is an internal combustion engine, it means the fluid in which you carry out the combustion, the same fluid expanded to give the power output. But in external combustion engine, there are two fluids. One is the primary fluid, another one is the secondary fluid. The primary fluid in which we carry out the combustion, like the flue gases, the gases which we get by burning the coal, and those primary fluid, they transfer their heat to the secondary fluid, and secondary fluid is going to expand into the turbine. That's why that kind of system is known as what? External combustion engine, like in thermal power station. So IC engine is an internal combustion engine, and in internal combustion engine, guys, I hope you all know, we require very good quality fuel, a fuel which is having superior qualities, because and other than that we cannot use any solid fuel. So we need to use some liquid or gaseous fuels only. So whatever alternative we are having, the alternatives are what? In the form of liquid and gaseous fuel only. Okay, and you know guys, we want some fuel which will be easily able to mix with the air. Okay, so that we will get the good homogeneous mixture of fuel and air, so that it will combust properly and we will get the power output, good power output. Okay, so effective mixing is required. That's why we are having we need to use some kind of fuel which is having very good volatility, which is very easily going to mix with the air. Other than that, there are so many desirable properties which are required for a good fuel, like higher CV value, कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू हाई होना चाहिए, लेटेंट हीट ऑफ वेपराइजेशन कम होना चाहिए, सो दैट इट विल टेक लेस एनर्जी टू मिक्स विद द एयर. ओके, चीप होना चाहिए, इजीली अवेलेबल होना चाहिए. ओके, मॉडरेट उसका फ्लैश पॉइंट और व्हाट यू कैन से दोज इग्निशन, सेल्फ इग्निशन टेम्परेचर होना चाहिए. ओके, so these are some of the desired properties which we want in a particular fuel. Other than that, there are so many specification. Interviewer can ask you like that ki what are the various specification of a fuel, like density, viscosity, okay, calorific value, octane number, cetane number. There are so many specification of a good fuel that we will separately, that we can discuss separately. Here I am going to focus on this question: what are the various alternative fuels for IC engine? So guys, the major alternatives, the alternatives which we are looking for an IC engine are these: alcohols, especially methanol and ethanol, natural gases, biofuels, acetylene, and hydrogen. Okay, so these are the what alternatives we are looking for. As you all know guys, methanol क्या है आपका? Methanol, ethanol, these are the alcohol fuels. Alcohol we get when the hydrogen atom in alkanes, alkanes में जो आपका hydrogen atom है वो replace हो जाता है किससे? That is replaced by what? OH. Say, for example, if we will take an example of methane, CH4, you can check it here, C1, okay, H21 plus 2. Okay, so this is an alkane group. This CH4 methane comes from the alkane group. So in that alkane group, if hydrogen is replaced by OH, we are going to get the alcohol, something like this, CH3OH. So this is known as methyl alcohol or methanol. Okay, methyl alcohol or methanol. Similarly, if you take it here, C2H6, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा आपका? C2H6, so it will be C2H5OH. Okay, C2H5EH. This is what? This is ethanol. So methanol, ethanol, these are the alcohol formed when hydrogen atom in alkanes is replaced by the OH. Okay, so methyl alcohols, they are very good fuel actually, and we are looking for these as an alternative because the emission is very less. If you are using alcohol as a fuel, the emission will be very less. Pollution problems will be much lesser, and other than that, alcohols, you know, they are having very high octane number. Their octane number is more than 100. So the anti-knocking properties of alcohol fuel are excellent, guys. Okay, so very unique features we are going to get if you are using them as a fuel. But yes, there are some negative impacts also because they are not having very good volatility. So there is a problem to get the homogeneous mixture of methanol, ethanol with air. Other than that, they are not having very good mixing characteristic with petrol. So it is not easy to mix alcohol with the petrol. So methanol already it is there. Most of the developed countries, you are going to find out some engines M20, M80, M85 like engines. In last month in IIT Delhi, when we visited, we observed some of the vehicle developed by the team of Dr. Avinash Agarwal. So they developed some bullet bike using the M85 vehicle, methanol 85 fuel. Okay, 85 is a methanol, 15% is a petrol, the blend they are using. Ethanol already blending we are carrying out, 10% blending already we are carrying on, and the next target is what? To mix 30% ethanol in the petrol. So that blending already we are carrying out. So separately also we are going to discuss some of the important features about alcohols. Natural gas में तो majorly क्या होता है आपका मीथेन ही होता है बच्चों. Natural gas में क्या होता है majorly आपका मीथेन. So that is also the another alternative available to us which we can use in both petrol and diesel engine. Again, when you are using natural gas, obviously they are having low energy content as compared to the what you can say petrol. Okay, because their densities are lesser, but these are very good fuel in terms of what? Emission, less emission is there. Okay, in case of natural gas. And other than that, you know, very easily we can get a homogeneous mixture. So cold weather starting problems which are there in with the liquid fuels, those are not there if we are using some gaseous fuel. Okay, but yes, there are some issues with natural gas, storage problem, some kind of separate cylinder we need to provide. Okay, there are some issues, separately we will discuss. Similarly, we are having biofuels, the fuels developed from some organic compounds like sugar cane, okay, seeds. Okay, so if you are getting some fuel out of those organic compounds, that is known as biofuel. So that is also the another option which is available to us. Acetylene, it is a gas, very explosive gas. Acetylene, I think somewhere acetylene you observed in some kind of gas welding also. So the gas which we get by when the water reacts with what? कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, लाइमस्टोन. तो लाइमस्टोन के साथ जब वाटर रिएक्ट करता है कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट के साथ, वी गेट द एसिटाइलिन which can be also a very good fuel for IC engine. Although this fuel is a very old fuel actually, developed in late in 19th centuries only. But yes, after the introduction of those petrol and diesel fuel, okay, this actually lost in the market. But yes, this can be a good alternative. Acetylene also we can use as a fuel. Okay. The main features what you need to understand about acetylene is what? Actually the part load characteristics of acetylene are very good. When you are mixing acetylene with petrol, so you know with the petrol they are not having a very good part load characteristics. So under idling condition or under no load condition or under part load condition, in case of petrol engine we need to supply the rich mixture. So the economy is not that much good in case of part load or idling condition. So that problem we can rectify if we are using some mixture of acetylene with petrol. Okay, so that is another alternative. Obviously pure we don't want to use, there are some other issues with that, but yes, some mixture of acetylene with petrol we can use. So this is sorry another alternative. Hydrogen, you know guys, it's the most cleanest fuel which is available to us, because when hydrogen you are burning, combining with air, we are going to get the water vapor in the products only. But it looked like very easy, simple, but you know in world there is no such hydrogen, pure hydrogen available. So we need to generate that, and obviously when we are going to generate that, some kind of energy input is required. Even when we are using petrol or diesel, we need to extract them, okay, from the earth core. Okay, so below the earth crust, large oil well we need to dig, and then we need to extract them, we need to carry out the refining. So huge energy is required in the refining process. and then we are going to get the petrol, diesel. For example, suppose you are having fuel, and whatever energy you are going to get from the fuel, that is lesser as compared to the energy which you need to supply to develop that fuel, then there will be no such use of that fuel. So the idea is what? Hydrogen is a very good fuel, but obviously we need to generate it. There are some various processes available, and it depends from process to process which particular process we are using. So based on that, the cost matters. But it is a very good fuel. It is a future fuel actually, which we can look for IC engine, because when you are using a hydrogen fuel, there will be no emission actually. But yes, NOx will be there, NOx emission will be there, because for burning the hydrogen, oxygen is required, and when oxygen, we are not going to attach some separate oxygen cylinder with the engine, we are going to provide the air only. So when air is going to enter, nitrogen is going to react at high temperature, and we are going to get the NOx formation. So NOx formation issues will be there with the hydrogen, but yes, it can be a good alternative for the IC engine. Okay, fuel. Chaliye. So some more basic information, guys, we are going to discuss about these fuel. Let me put it here, some data in front of you related to alcohol. You know, guys, methanol, ethanol, these are very good fuel, alcohol fuel which are available to us. They are having very high octane number. Their octane number is very high, in the range of 130 RON, research octane number, 95 motor octane number. So when you are testing an engine under worst condition, guys, at very high speed, high load, if you are testing high speed पे अगर हम engine को test कर रहे हैं, so the octane number which you are going to get, that is known as what? Motor octane number. And when you are testing the engine under normal conditions, low speed पे अगर आप test कर रहे हो, standard conditions पे if you are testing the engine, the octane number which you are going to get, that is known as research octane number. So research octane number, obviously it will come higher because we are testing the engine under at low speed, and when you are testing the engine under worst condition, high speed, the octane number which we are going to get, that is known as motor octane number. So motor octane number, research octane number is very high for alcohol, but इनके अपने issues हैं. वो issues क्या हैं alcohol के साथ? एक तो क्या अल्कोहल का पुअर सोलबिलिटी है गैसोलीन के साथ, टॉक्सिक है, एनर्जी कंटेंट कम रहता है, हाई लेटेंसी टू वेपोराइजेशन है, इजीली मिक्स नहीं होगा, वोलेटिलिटी बहुत कम है, ऑक्सीजन कंटेंट होने की वजह से इनका ड्राइवेबिलिटी इशू है, बहुत अच्छा ड्राइवेबिलिटी नहीं मिल पाता. सो इफ यू आर ड्राइविंग ए अल्कोहल बेस्ड ऑटोमोबाइल, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू फील दैट मच कंफर्ट. तो ड्राइवेबिलिटी इशू रहता है. ओके, और कंपेटेबिलिटी रहता है इसका कुछ ना कुछ मेटल के साथ, सॉरी, बिकॉज ये रिएक्ट कर जाता है. अल्कोहल्स आर वेरी मच रिएक्टिव विद सम ऑफ द मेटल्स. तो आपको जो भी कंपोनेंट्स आपको चूज कर रहे हैं, अकॉर्डिंगली यू नीड टू चूज. इथेनॉल, द फ्यूल विच वी प्रोड्यूस फ्रॉम बायोमास स्पेशली, that is also having high octane number. Okay, and we are looking for these alternative as what alternative for fossil fuel. LPG, CNG, these are another very good fuel, guys, gaseous fuel which are available to us. Although LPG is not a good fuel for petrol engine, IC engine, but yes, CNG is a very good alternative. LPG is in general, it's a very good fuel. It is having very good combustion characteristics. There is no such problem of cold starting, easily it mix with air. But yes, LPG is a more dense fuel. Okay, it's a density is higher than air. So if you are using them that LPG in automobile, then there are some kind of safety issues. Okay, so storage ka issue hai, safety ka issue, then that's why this is not a good fuel. But CNG is a lighter gas. So if there is some kind of leakage, for example, so easily it is going to escape because it is lighter than air, so it will go up. Air नीचे रहेगा, so the chamber will be safe as compared to what when you are using LPG. So LPG is going to replace the air. Suppose in some room LPG leakage is there, so LPG is going to replace the air. Then the accident chances are going to increase. So that kind of problem are there. But in general, LPG is a very good fuel, which is a mixture of majorly propane and butane only. Propane और butane का आपका mixture रहता है. This is also having very high octane number. तो इसका एंटी नॉकिंग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक तो बहुत अच्छा है. ऑक्टेन नंबर क्या है, बहुत हाई है. सल्फर कंटेंट बहुत अच्छा है, कम रहता है. सल्फर कंटेंट कम है तो एमिशन बहुत कम रहता है. व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग एलपीजी एज ए फ्यूल, एमिशन आपका क्या रहता है, बहुत कम रहता है. बट यस, डेंसिटी कम है, लो हीट कंटेंट है एलपीजी का, 23.5 मेगाजूल पर लीटर for propane and 32 megajoule per liter for gasoline. You can check. Okay, but yes, it is in megajoule per liter. अगर हम इसको kg में measure करेंगे, it will come out more. तो energy density तो कम है, but अगर आप calorific value की बात करोगे, calorific value is in megajoule per kg, so that will come out more. But this is what energy density, the amount of energy liberated by the complete combustion of unit volume of a fuel. Okay, तो हम क्या ले रहे हैं, megajoule per liter. तो एनर्जी डेंसिटी क्या रहता है, कम रहता है, बिकॉज इट इज डेंस, लेस डेंसर, डेंसिटी इज लेसर. Sorry. Compressed natural gas, that is also a good fuel, and we are looking for this as an alternative, and we are using CNG in various vehicles. Okay, so some more information you can get about CNG. Biofuels, the fuels which we extract from the organic material like sugar cane, okay, soya bean, canola, jatropha seeds we are having. So from all these organic products, the fuel which you are getting, that is known as biofuel. Biodiesel also, we are looking for biodiesel as an alternative for diesel engine. Okay, so this is another alternative, but yes, अब इसके साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है, दैट fuel is not directly available to us. We need to generate those kind of crops, and when you are generating those crops, obviously if you are longer term, suppose if you are majorly focusing on biofuels, then yes, obviously the most of the field, agricultural field, they are going to move towards those biofuels related crops production. Then the food price can increase, okay, in future, something like that. So they are having their own issues, problem. Okay, but yes, we are looking biofuel as an alternative for IC engine fuel. So some basic information, guys, although this is another table, guys, showing the various properties: density, auto ignition temperature, stoichiometric air fuel ratio, motor octane number, flammability, adiabatic flame, quenching diameter, ignition energy, maximum flame speed for various fuels like acetylene, hydrogen, CNG, ethanol, gasoline, diesel. अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे, एक very unique thing you are going to analyze. For hydrogen, the stoichiometric air fuel ratio is very high, guys. Very high amount of air is required. Hydrogen के लिए for the complete burning of 1 kg hydrogen gas, 34.3 kg of air is required. So close to 35 times air is required for the complete combustion of hydrogen, which is much higher. Okay, although it is what, only 14.7 for gasoline, stoichiometric air fuel ratio 14.7:1, and it is 14.5:1. Stoichiometric means the air fuel ratio, the air required, it is the air fuel ratio, air required for the complete combustion of the unit mass of a fuel. So this much air is required for the complete combustion of gasoline, this much air is required for the complete combustion of diesel, something like that. Densities you can observe, auto ignition temperature you can observe, stoichiometric, motor octane number. Okay, तो देखोगे यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन का एसिटाइलिन का एंटी नोक टेंडेंसी इज नॉट गुड, तो इसमें एंटी नोकिंग अच्छा नहीं है एसिटाइलिन का, दैट इज अनदर इशू विद द एसिटाइलिन. एसिटाइलिन इज ए गुड फ्यूल, पार्ट लोड करेक्टरिस्टिक बहुत अच्छा है, बट एंटी नोकिंग करेक्टरिस्टिक इसका अच्छा नहीं है. बट फॉर हाइड्रोजन, फॉर सीएनजी, एल्कोहल्स, एंटी नोकिंग टेंडेंसी इज वेरी वेरी गुड. ओके, मिथेनॉल के लिए एंटी नोकिंग करेक्टरिस्टिक्स आर वेरी गुड. चलिए, फ्लेमेबिलिटी लिमिट्स, adiabatic flame temperature you can check. Okay, these are some of the another important information. I think this will be in megajoule. ये कोमा है यहाँ पे ना, तो ये कोमा है, something like this. Okay, चलिए. Now it is fine. Kilojoule per kg, something like this. So this table showing us some important comparison. Similarly here, you can check it here for gasoline, diesel, natural gas, ethanol, hydrogen. How much energy is expended to get megajoule of energy of the fuel? So if you want gasoline extraction, so 18% energy will go in extracting that fuel. Are you getting, guys? So megajoule of energy expended to get megajoule of the fuel. Are you getting? So you comparatively lower, but here if you check it for hydrogen, for ethanol, it is higher, guys. Natural gas, if it is available to us, this is also very low, similar to fossil fuel. So for fossil fuel, the expended energy is comparatively lower. But yes, when we are talking about ethanol, hydrogen, the energy which we need to expand to get that much megajoule energy of the fuel is higher. This is their greenhouse emission. So when you are burning the hydrogen, there will be no direct emission, but when you are extracting, how you are going to extract some kind of electricity is required, and how you are going to extract the electricity, from where you are going to get the electricity, obviously from some kind of thermal power station or any other kind of what you can say power plant. So when how you are producing hydrogen, that matters. That's why when you are directly burning hydrogen, there will be no emission, obviously there will be no carbon dioxide emission, but indirectly it is going to constitute, it is going to result in the CO2 emission. Similar to batteries, guys, when we are talking about batteries, e-vehicles, there is no emission, there is no CO2 emission, there is no NOx emission, but how you are getting the electricity, how you are charging the battery, that matters. Because if you are using some electricity to charge that battery, obviously when you are generating that electricity, huge amount of fuel we are burning and huge amount of gases are going into the atmosphere, so pollution is there guys. Okay, so how you are charging the battery, that matters. You are using some solar energy, then yes, then you can mention ki yes, battery, e-vehicle charged by some kind of solar energy is a very clean fuel, but the battery which you are charging using electricity is not a clean fuel, something like that. So similarly for hydrogen also it matters how you are extracting the hydrogen. Okay, so some of the data, basic information about various fuels guys we have discussed. तो अगर कुछ और चीजें अगर आप नोट करना चाहो बच्चों, जैसे हाइड्रोजन का मैंने बताया, हाइड्रोजन के लिए सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत क्या है, हाइड्रोजन इज हैविंग वेरी हाई इग्निशन लिमिट. ओके, तो हाइड्रोजन के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ता है, एक स्पेशल डिजाइन करना पड़ता है. इंजन को क्या करना पड़ता है, आपको स्पेशली डिजाइन करना पड़ता है, स्पेशल इंजन इज रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज हाइड्रोजन के साथ व्हाट इज द इशू, हाई इग्निशन लिमिट बहुत हाई होता है और इसका एनर्जी कंटेंट भी कम है. हाई इग्निशन लिमिट और इसका जो एनर्जी कंटेंट है वो क्या है, कम है. दैट्स व्हाई सम स्पेशल डिजाइन ऑफ द इंजन इज रिक्वायर्ड. एसिटाइलिन ऑलरेडी आई डिस्कस विद यू, एक्सप्लोसिव गैस है, इग्निशन एनर्जी क्या है, कम रहता है, नोक रेजिस्टेंस भी कम रहता है बच्चों, दैट इज द इशू विद एसिटाइलिन. बट फायदा क्या है एसिटाइलिन का, जो आपको पार्ट लोड एफिशिएंसी है बहुत अच्छा मिल जाता है. सो इफ यू आर मिक्सिंग एसिटाइलिन विद पेट्रोल, दैट इज अ वेरी गुड अल्टरनेटिव बिकॉज वी विल बी एबल टू सेव सम ऑफ द फ्यूल एंड एमिशन विल बी लेसर. Okay, so guys, these are some of the basic information I discussed in a very precise manner. Although if you want some detailed discussion, we can discuss these kind of things in even for 1 hour or 2 hours. But yes, some basic information you need to have, some idea you need to have. What are the different alternative and what are the problems with those kind of fuel? Although all these are alternative fuel, and there are some of the issues, some of the benefits, some of the positive points are there, some of the negative points are there. So all fuels, they are having their own positive and negative points, but these are some of the alternatives for the petrol engine, for the ICE engine. I hope you got some idea and you will be perfectly able to answer this question if you are facing this question in the interview. Thank you, keep preparing, and again we will meet. I think some questions related to the fuel specification, like how you will test a particular fuel, that also we can discuss, or some more questions related to fuels or thermodynamics or heat transfer we are going to discuss. Already, you know, there are so many lots of questions are there on our website channel. You can watch those. Last time also we have provided series, this kind of series, so you can refer to that also. But this year also we are going to provide you so many questions. Thank you. And yes, if you want to prepare for interview with us, you can join unique extensive interview guidance program of YourPedia for your interview preparation. Thank you very much. Keep preparing. Good luck.